Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Harebrained Games, the Weekend Games. Hope you guys are doing well today. I know for us in this area, in the Pacific Northwest, it's very much like that movie Groundhog Day, where, well, it's lockdown day again. We've all been sort of sequestered away as the COVID forces weave through us. It's been interesting. I think we can all admit it's been an interesting year. Still, we're nestled in the throes of Christmas. We're planning on having a good Christmas this week, and I hope you guys are too. I had some opportunities since we don't get to game together as much anymore. I played a 7-hour Altar Quest session over the internet with two cameras on the side of my friend and a camera on my side showing my card play. We were able to pretty easily and pretty smoothly play Altar Quest, which is a role-playing game. Well, yeah, it's a dungeon crawling adventure game. Really good one actually. So, but I don't know, if you guys had experiences doing that kind of too, where you're like construing and contriving kind of things. But it worked great. We had two images of the board, so everyone could see the board state on my friend's side, and then being able to see look at my hand of cards. It was actually pretty conducive of a game to doing that. So anyway, that's my life. Oh, and basketball made my eye not so happy. Anyway, let's get to the news. All right. Well, it's Christmas, which means by now most of the news was weeks ago, so there isn't a ton to talk about except SOS Titanic is an older game that was out of print for a long time by Bruno Faidutti, I believe. It's coming back. It's going to have a reprint. This one's reminds me of sort of The Grizzled, which is another game where it takes not a very happy premise. It is the Titanic and tries to make something out of it that's memorable and meaningful. In this case, you are, as expected, trying to get passengers off the Titanic, get them all off. It's yeah, it's an interesting premise. The Grizzled. This isn't a game you bring out to bring joy and merriment to people, but it is one that leaves a remarkable memory for you as a game player. So I'm looking forward to it. I never did manage to find a copy of the original, so I'm going to go ahead and get the reprint. In other news, the Legends of Andor designers are working on a game of Robin Hood as a theme. Now, I'm a sucker for all things Robin Hood. I'm also a sucker for the art of Legends of Andor, which is just rich and teeming with life. It's like playing a game on a gallery portrait. So this is totally up my alley. And finally, Paper Dungeons is a dungeon scrawling game, which I've been doing little dungeons on graph paper since I was in fourth grade. We'll see if this one takes me to the next level. And that's really all we got for news, so let's get to question of the week. Okay, questions we have around here are always what are everyone's favorite Christmas traditions and do they include gaming? And I have found over the years that I play a lot of games on Christmas break, but I don't play hardly any games on Christmas. Christmas, I actually find I spend a ton of time with family. I've got 3 kids, I've got a granddaughter. When Christmas comes around, it's all about Christmas to me, and I love Christmas. I really do. Always have since I was a child. It was the one point of the year when there was peace throughout the land, localized in our local family. So I always appreciated it, and so I don't do a lot of gaming on Christmas. I get a lot of games on Christmas usually, although as the collection has piled up, people are a little more trepidatious about what exactly could possibly not be in my collection. So, but all around Christmas, though, one of my favorite memories was we had friends who lived in a cabin about a mile away, and we would go after Christmas and spend from like 9 in the morning till one in the morning the next day, just playing games in this teeny tiny cabin with chili and apple cider. Sometimes it snowed. It was great. They moved away, and we haven't spent, I mean, a few miles away, and we haven't really ever recreated or captured that again. But that was kind of my favorite memory. It was like Christmas, I spent a lot of time with family, very little time with gaming, if any. But Christmas break, a ton of time. What about you guys? I know there are people, subscribers here, members, friends all around the globe. And what do you do? Do you make gaming kind of a centric part of your Christmas, or how do you celebrate? I'd love to know. Always love to get some dialogue on that. So that's the question of the week. Now let's get to 3 games. All right. Lost Ruins of Arnak. This is a game by CGE. It's a pretty tried and true pick up and deliver, not pick up and deliver, like worker placement, kind of a card deck building kind of thing. The artwork's really gorgeous, so that's what drew me to it. So I don't know, is it good or is it just our knocker knocking on heaven's door? We'll find out. Next, coffee roaster. I love a good coffee. Yes, I do. Proof positive. And what do I do with Coffee Roaster? Well, this is a single player game, this one player game. You're trying to create the perfect blend of coffee. How it works? Again, it's on my table, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to figure out how. And finally, Dune. I'm actually going back and reading the books again because this game intrigues me. It doesn't look like much, but I've been surprised before, and the friends of mine that are playing it are like, this is really good. This is solidly good. So I'm going to get those 3 games to the table. And that's it. Let's get to Tim Machine. All right, we're going back in time to the Tim Machine. We are at the years 1979 and 1980. In 1979, the top story was the Iranian Revolution, which its effects still ripple through us today, still do. The top movie was Kramer versus Kramer. Top invention was the Sony Walkman, which revolutionized my life when I was jogging many years later, when I started doing actual running and cardio. Still do cardio, but I prefer basketball, mostly. Song was My Sharona. By The Knack, who had the knack of making one hit and no more. Book was Sophie's Choice by William Sterron. And what did I play? Halftime football. I was really into football in 1979. Seahawks in Seattle were just starting up, and yeah, good times. What game would I have bought if I known then what I know now? John Carter, Warlord of Mars. I'm a big John Carter. I loved that movie, even though like nobody else seemed to. Love that Disney movie that came out, John Carter. But I would have played that one. But what game did I really want to play then that I couldn't was The Longest Day. Having grown up with war movies like on all the time and John Wayne and all that, The Longest Day was a huge hit in my house. We watched it way too much. And I definitely would have picked The Longest Day as a game that I wanted to play, but was only 9 years old at the time. So anyway, 1980. What is the top story? Mount St. Helens erupts. This was more local to me because Mount St. Helens is about an hour and a half, 2 hours south of me. And I remember vividly when it went off because I was sick in my bed. I didn't get to go to evening church. And I just remember this boom and this rattling, and I could hear things rattling in the garage because my room was next to it. And then I remember the rest of the family getting home really early because they'd let church out early because they heard nobody knew which direction the ash and smoke were going to go. And for the next couple of weeks, you didn't dare go outside without a mask on. Anyway, top movie, Coal Miner's Daughter. What a segue that is. Top invention was the disposable contact lenses, which I'm very thankful for, especially with playing basketball. Although I've now had to go to wearing reading glasses and contacts, so I don't even know what's next. Triple glasses, trifocals, quadfocals. The song of the year was The Wall by Pink Floyd. The book that came out that year that was at the top of the charts was Firestarter by Stephen King, starting a long, long line of Stephen King novels. What did I play? Can't Stop. And you know what? That game still holds up today. It's still one of the original Push Your Luck games. It still keeps going. I guess people can't stop playing it. Ha ha ha. What game would I have bought then, or would I have played then, if I knew then what I know now was Civilization? I would easily have jumped on the Civilization train. It took me a long time to get into Civ-type games, but when I did, it was a tsunami of interest for me. So, and finally, what game did I want to play? Star Blazers. My mornings were sitting with a bowl of ice cream at 5 in the morning. Ice cream? Don't tell. It's supposed to be cereal. At 5 in the morning watching Star Blazers all summer long. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was good times. Anyway, so that's it. Thank you. I'm going to get this out before Christmas. I want to thank all of you this year. You guys have been such great friends to me. I love the dialogue. I love the comments. This is what I love about this channel is I like to keep it just this nice little niche, this little corner of the internet where nice people get together and listen to me drone on and give me some awesome feedback. So thank you all. I want you all to have a very Merry Christmas and a happier New Year than perhaps you've had in the past. So thank you, and we'll see you next time on Harebrained Games. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star up on the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. In olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star up on the highest bough.